Hey guys, it's Moose. Welcome back to Pine Cove Farm and a little more Farming Simulator 2017. So we're picking up right where we left off in our last episode. If you missed it, I harvested this field wheat and we got one trailer load of wheat, but it's the first time harvesting, so we didn't get very much of the bonus on it. But we are ready to get all this equipment out of here, go drop off our grain, head back to the farm, put all our equipment away and everything else like that. So basically, I just stopped the game right where we finished up recording the other day. That way you guys can continue along with me. So what are we going to work on today? The game plan is going to be basically to clean this field up today and start making a little money doing composting. So that's what I want to do anyway. So that's what we're going to work on as soon as we get all the equipment back out of here and back up to the farm. So let's see, we need to go ahead and hit G here, unfold that or fold that out. Then we can go ahead and knock it off the side of there, back up, go ahead and fold up the rest of this thing, and we'll pull around to the front here. I'm going to use the truck to haul the header. I know I could haul it back with this thing, but I don't know, I just like hauling it back with a pickup truck. It seems a little bit more legit around here. Like I said, most every time I see, oh, looks like my pipe's broken there. Not really. Most of the time when I see a combine around here rolling down the road, there's a truck pulling the header behind it, and so you really don't ever see the combine actually pulling it. So for that reason, I just kind of like to do it myself with the truck. So that's the way we're gonna roll. And if you missed it in the last episode, I am going to do things a bit more realistic. So I'm going to try to not walk a whole lot in this game, or tab, excuse me. I'm not going to try not to tab a whole lot, which means I'll be driving out to the fields and such. And in this case, I do have a couple of helpers to help me get the vehicles back to the farm. Got my girlfriend and my trusty hired hand Finn out here with me. So yeah, not really, but sort of. All right, let's get that going using the old follow me mod. There we go. And then I'll drive this guy and they can follow me. And we'll have a nice little parade back to the farm here. There we go. Let's turn those beacons on, even though we're really technically on our property. So I really wouldn't need the beacons for transit, but just to be safe, we'll do it. I'm assuming this is like one of these houses is mine and the other one is my, I don't know, family's houses or something. Maybe not. I guess there is a house here at the main yard. Anyways, how you guys doing? Welcome back to Farm Sim. I know. It's been a few days since I've done a video, and I told you I was going to try to do one daily. But a couple of things got in the way. One of which was the release of the Hunter, and I've kind of been playing Call of the Wild a bit. The other thing, I got feeling bad. Thought it'd take a couple of days to get my wits about myself. I'd play a little Hunter and then I'd sleep a little bit. Play a little Hunter. Rest a little bit. Played a little flight sim also. Bought a couple of new planes. Been messing around with those. But I didn't record anything. I just haven't felt like it, And hopefully this is going to be a better week because it's planting week here in the south, or at least for me it is. I think it's time to go ahead and roll the dice and oops, sorry about that. That's what I wanted to do. And turn off the lights, turn off that. And we'll drive over here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and park the combine in the shed here. Put the tractors up in the upper unit and then put the big stuff down here in this one. This here garage. And just catty corner everything in, not try to back it, you know, in. Sort of like that. I think that'll work. So yeah, we're gonna take you know, it's that time again. Towards the end of February, and I think I told y'all I usually start around the end of February when I'm planting. I'm a little leery though. I mean, I just have this feeling there's gonna be a late season freeze or something like that because it's been such a mild year this year. And that always scares me when you don't have any good hard freezes during the year, and you get that April surprise. Wake up April 1st and it's snowing outside. Well, not really snow here, but frost or whatever, you know. Usually though, it's not anything enough to kill the vegetation off, so yeah, we're gonna spray some calcium and disc in everything good, and then probably start at least setting out the some of the vegetation and stuff that we've already got in the hothouse. So that'll be happening. Which I know is amazingly early for some of you guys who live up north, who usually don't get into planting until April. But one of the benefits for living where we live, we can get started quite a bit earlier. My friends down in Florida just go year round all the time. They don't even have to worry about it. No sweat. Alright, so that's out of the way, and I'm just going to park this guy right here for now, because we're going to be using it again in just a moment. The lights turned off on that. Alright. Let's grab this pickup truck and we'll go ahead and park it. And then we'll get on with the task at hand for today, which is going to be gathering up all the straw. For now, I think I'm just going to park this guy right here over on the side. Not real sure where I want to keep this. I'll figure it out. I'd like to keep it underneath the shed, but they're such a pain to back up. There. Let's park it right there for now. Q? Oh, I gotta switch to it. There we go. There we go. Alright. So we'll take this truck. Look at that thing shake and shimmy. Alright, so we'll take the girlfriend and the truck up here and park them. Kiss the girlfriend bye-bye, let her go shopping or whatever while we go out in the field and work. Bye, honey. Have a good day. Thanks for your help. Right? Oh, okay. So we're going to use this guy along with the forage wagon to get the straw out of the field. And instead of stockpiling it here in the silos or in a bunker or something, I'm going to take it straight over to the composter, and we're going to get the composter started up and in action today, because I don't really have any animals. I don't have that much money to get animals, and to me, the smarter thing to do is get some compost rolling and start making money off that compost, because that compost pays somewhere in the area of about 1,000 yards or $1,000 per ton. So that's not too bad. It's not too shabby, you know. And it just takes you know, your straw and a little bit of diesel fuel to run it. So it seems to me like that's a good idea, right? That's the plan I'm going to go with today anyways. Get it started early and get some money out of it. And that way we can always cut grass and put in there or whatever. Definitely throw all this straw in there. Which means we're going to have to go get a fuel trailer here shortly. So that we can get a little diesel into the composter. I keep wanting to say compactor. I don't know why. It's a composter, not a compactor. But anyways, hope you guys had a great weekend. Like I said, I was a little under the weather. Spent a lot of time in my horizontal happy place. But not too bad. It could have been worse. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this guy started up and lower it down. And then I'll take the second row first, just because of the way I do things. I like to just drive around in circles. And if I take the second row, then I skip the third, come down the fourth, I can come back up the first. And then I can just start jumping, hopscotching up through there. And I've always got a row to gather on my way back down. So, oops, I'm a little bit off center here. I got to get center back up. But I got a feeling this little straw wagon isn't going to get 2 full rows. It's probably going to get like a row and a half before it's filled up. But I definitely have to remember where I left off when I come back up through the fields, because just looking at it, we're already 78, 90 or 80%, coming up on 90. She gonna shut off on us in just a moment. There we go. There's 100%. We'll roll out of the field here. Gonna take it easy coming out of the field. I'm not gonna give it full throttle yet. I don't want to destroy my kidneys. Yeah, I want to keep this a little bit more realistic. I want to keep it a little more role play. I don't want to go down the avenue of, yeah, our helper Timmy yesterday got run over out in the middle of the road going over there to field number 1. So we was at the hospital with him all night last night, and we're getting a late start this morning because of it. But I will get work done, even though we're going to be a little short-handed. Gonna miss Timmy. He's going to be a little crippled Timmy now, but it's okay. He never was quite right anyways. But no, I'm not going to go that far. But, you know, I plan on not tabbing through the vehicles all the time, and trying to do a little bit more first person on this. Mixing up, I'll mix it up. First person, third person, we got to have the old, we'll call this the drone cam. But I want to keep it a little more first person. And keep it more realistic too, so that is one of the reasons why in the previous episode, when I went to sell the equipment, I drove the equipment up to the shop. Somebody commented in the show notes or whatever in the comment section about the fact that there is a shop at the farm where I could have customized and sold my equipment. I understand that, but again, I was going to go buy a new tractor, so I had to go up there anyways to pick up the new tractor. While I could have had it, we could have had it reset to the farm and called that delivery. I just wanted to take everything up there, sell it. It was a trade-in deal. And drive up there myself and get it. And, I'll do a lot of that. Though, I have thought about getting a flatbed and purchasing it for the shop and then doing deliveries. I was going to do this first person. Let's see if we can do this. back her in here. I can see the wall here a little bit. If I can get this back up in here some. Straighten up now. I should be able to just back straight up now using my mirrors. Oops. Come back a little bit. Should be close to that trigger. Did I miss it or what? I might be a little crooked. Yeah, I think I got a little crooked there. Might have bit the guardrail. There we go. All right, not perfect the first time, but it's all right. We'll get better at it. It is a narrow ramp. But anyways, I was thinking about going ahead and purchasing a semi and a flatbed that aren't coming out of my money. They're coming out of, you know, mysterious money out of nowhere. But it would be something that is used at the shop only for deliveries. So like when we buy big equipment that needs to be delivered to the farm, we could go ahead and have it delivered to the farm. You know what I want to do? Speaking of equipment delivered to the farm, I'm going to leave this right here for now. And we're going to run up to the shop. Because what I want to do is go ahead and get this thing up and running so it's producing while we're working. And then that way we can always come back. Who knows? Maybe we get a little bit sold by the end of the episode. So let's get our. I don't really see a need to run hazard lights up through the city here. I got the flashing yellows on. The speed limit's 25. We can run the speed limit, so I don't see a need to have my slow moving vehicle lights on. Even though that station wagon just T-boned me, or whatever that thing is, just T-boned me. Just like, you know, oh, well, you're a tractor. I don't have to stop for you. Silly drivers. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. I might get a semi, put it up here, and it'll be for deliveries, you know, and, you know, to move things down to the farm. Instead of having to bring a tractor up here all the time. I just don't know. I just don't love bringing a tractor up here every time I want to get something. But who knows? That might lead to another situation where every time I come up here or every time I buy something, I need a tractor up here to load it onto the trailer. So that might even be an issue as well. So who knows? We'll see. We'll visit it. Anyway, so what are we getting while we're up here? We're going to get a fuel tanker to use with the composter so that we can get it operational. What we're going to use is Farmer Andy's universal coat universal pack. And it's got several different models in there. This one's really got a lot in here. But what we're interested in is this fuel trailer here, the universal fuel tank. Now, I've tried this before using these guys, but I never could get them to fill up with fuel, even though this guy says it can have fuel on it. When I tried to fill it up, it wouldn't take it. So I don't know if that's maybe it only takes from certain triggers and these will only take from certain ones. But I tried everywhere to get fuel into it and I just was not able to. But then I went and got this guy, and this guy loads right up. So that's the one we're going to use. So we're going to go ahead and buy that one for $25,000. Standard wheels on it. All right, so we'll get that. And you have to have one of these versus this guy here because it does have to be tippable for you to be able to get it. Oh, and while we're here, let's get a weight to go on the front of this thing. Because as I was saying in our last video, you don't get any weights to start off with on this map. And we're running black tractor. Let's run now let's run yellow. Let's run something silly on the front. So we'll buy that. There we go. Something that's got some visibility to it. If I run a black one, you know, somebody might not see it and they'll run over it like the lady in that sation wagon that we got hit pie earlier. Anywho, all right, so go ahead and grab that. Back her up. Here we go. Hey, come on, truck hour. Turn around so I can see what I'm doing here. Alright, so let's back up here, get this trailer hooked up. And then we'll head down to the gas station, charge it, and we'll be ready to get going. Come on. Here we go. Alright, so off to the gas station we go. Or fuel station, whatever you want to call it. We're in the States, we can call it a gas station. We can call it a gas station. So anyways, so yeah, this week I'll be running the real tractor for a bit. Try to get my planting done. Alright, no easy way to get to this gas station, is there? You just kind of have to go here and there, and there's no access here. So you got to go all the way around and then come into it. And it's not really modeled very well to get tractors in and out of, not with trailers on it. It doesn't really have a whole lot of room to make a turn right there, so really if you just come over here, there we go, then we'll charge her up. There we go. See the gauge moving, fuel's going in. We'll fill her all the way up. And then we'll head back over to the composting area, and we'll go ahead and get that started up. And then it'll be hauling hay. Well, not hauling hay, hauling straw. All right, so 22.5 is what this thing takes. And we can head back out of here. Probably ought to put a little weight on the front here. There we go. See what we got now. Funny looking yellow weight on the front. It'll work. I know y'all are all probably shocked that I didn't put red on it, but trying to do some things a little bit different. All right, signal for lane change. I don't like driving with the hazards either, you know, just because I like signaling for lane change, even though I rolled through that stop sign back there and didn't signal for it, so. Yeah. Anyways, all right, so we'll roll around here and pull up so that we can get straightened up here a little bit. And once we do, we shall see if we can't back her in here. Get her back to that little spot. I'm looking in the mirror here to kind of get her paralleled up to this wall so I don't bite the wall, but at the same time we roll back here towards where the dump trigger is. We'll be getting close. There we go. And we'll dump all that fuel out onto the ground back here. So yeah, I know there's like some, I don't guess this one's got it, but I know there's some animated hoses that you can get, that you can use for some of the stuff like this, especially with this particular trailer. But yeah, anybody got a cigarette? Light up real quick while I'm, you know, dumping diesel fuel out through the air. Surely that won't catch on fire or anything, you know. I don't think it'll be a problem there, Moose. That's the way my old roommate used to think anyways. Man, I had this roommate. He's a sharp guy. He knew a lot, but he didn't have me walking around sense. I'm sure y'all know some of those people. Like, they're geniuses when it comes to like book sense, but when it comes to common sense, they ain't got a lick of it. Yeah, this guy was that way. This was right after college, I guess. And we had gotten this house to live in. It was a little farmhouse, and it was overgrown. It needed a whole lot of TLC. And I think what I'll do is just park this right here underneath this shed, and we don't need it right now. But yeah, it was an old farmhouse. There's the yard looked like it hadn't been taken care of in forever, and it had a dog pen on the back of it, and we wanted to clean it up because we were just gonna put a couple of dogs in there. And so the idea was, we didn't have a weed eater and couldn't get a mower in there, so we just decided we'd burn it, and that would be, oops, there I go, dropping my trailer. Now, why aren't you dropping, trailer? No, that's the wrong one. There we go. All right, so anyway, so we decided we'd go in there and burn it down, so I didn't have any diesel fuel, didn't have any kerosene, so I went with the next best thing, gasoline, which we all know the ignition point on gasoline is much, much lower than it is or much, much hotter than it is for kerosene and diesel fuel. That's the reason why, if you're going to burn vegetation or something, it's better that you use diesel fuel or kerosene, because it takes a bit more energy to combust it. It's not nearly as volatile as gasoline is. But anyways, yeah, so lucky me, I drew the short end of the straw, and or short end of the stick, or whatever you want to call it. And I got to take the gas can in and, pour it around the perimeter and, just kind of spread it across the weeds and everything. And, if you're with anybody other than him, that probably wouldn't have been an issue. But moron let me get inside and get maybe a quarter of the fence done. And then he proceeds to, light a match and drop it down on the fuel. And, and I heard it go off. Y'all know how gasoline sounds when it lights up, right? If you've ever, been around it when it lights up, maybe somebody's done a fire with it or something else like that. It just takes all the air in, and it, just erupts into flames, right? And I heard it. I knew what had happened. I couldn't throw that gas can away from myself fast enough. In a split second, I could just see myself becoming a marshmallow. Just charring, shriveling up, all that good stuff. And I just knew it was over. And I was just like, my heart beating a million miles an hour. It singed the hairs on my arm. I got so lucky. I could have just, the fire could have gone up that gas can. The gas can could have exploded on me. I mean, you can just picture the horror story, and why I would never ever do a webcam after that. But it was, and maybe it did, and that's the reason I don't do a webcam. You'll never know. I won't tell you. But yeah, I had some choice words for him afterwards. None of which can be repeated in this live stream, because if I did, you would hear things like, "You beep 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 beep." I mean, it would be like Morse code going off in the stream. I mean, oh God, I was so irate. Yeah. So yes, never burn with gasoline. Bad idea. And if you do, be smart enough about it to let the person with the gas can pour all the gas out into the area in which you intend to burn, and then let him clear the area and get back behind you before you set, the whole thing ablaze. Hey, stand right here real quick. Tell me if this hurts. Moron. Oh, yeah. Alright, so we'll roll around here. We'll pick up this outside line. We're doing lines. And we'll harvest up some of our straw here. Using the Bergman. And whoever harvested this field was a little drunk right there. Swerving all over the place. Oh, kind of like that. Oh, I'm gonna miss some. Come on, get back over here. There we go. I have to remember to do a nice mixture of third person and, or drone cam with my first person stuff. All right, so I'm gonna skip one, come here. Here we go. And we probably won't get too far down this line before we have to break out, because I realized that I forgot to lower the pickup head. Duh. Way to go, Moose. I heard it go down. Pickup head is down. I was like, man, this thing really is accelerating down through here. Thought you were limited on how much speed you could do in picking up. Oh, yeah. All right. 80%. There we go. And beep, beep, beep. We are full. Back to the composter we go. I was hoping in this episode we'd be able to maybe start selling a few more things off and get to the point where we start plowing, but I don't think that's going to happen this episode. Far more straw in that field to collect than one realizes. So I was driving around this earlier, and I came to realize, look, there's light posts everywhere on this little gravel road to the middle of nowhere. These some high-class farms here. We got it made. We only had to have headlights at night. Here's what's funny though, is there's lights on this gravel road, but there's probably not on the main road. I had to look. We'll have to go back via the main road and just look how many lights are on the main road. Oh, I see one across the street. Yeah, there's plenty of lights on the main road. He spared no expense on that, but we can't have a bunker, at the main farm anymore. Which apparently I'm not the only one bugged and perturbed by that. Quite a few of you are a little peeved at the fact that there's no bunker at the farm anymore. Sort of a letdown. I mean, to me, that's one of the highlights of 17 is the whole ability to push silage and to level and all that other stuff. And it's quite fun. I mean, it can be frustrating when you're first getting started and you don't realize how to do it. But I think once you figure it out, it's quite enjoyable. And I think people just need to give it a bit more of a chance. Oh, I'm lost here. Let me see if I can get straightened up here so I can see what I'm doing. Oh yeah, I'm in trouble. I lost where my trailer was. There it is. Oops. Come on, come back to me. I'm right on that wall. There we go. Come on back. There we go. I don't know that that was any better. Because I'm right up against a concrete wall over here on this side. But we did get it in there. So I don't think we'll probably be able to get all of the straw in here. I think you're limited to 200,000 limit, 200,000 units. So yeah, we'll put the first 200,000 liters in here. Whatever left is left coming out of the field, we'll store at the farm for later. So that's my game plan, anyways. There we go. Let's turn here and go down the back street. Here we go. Or we can maintain our speed limit here. So I don't guess this is completely a gravel road. It has a speed limit on it. Little gravel country road, I guess. Look at that big field. Do like these big fields. Do like them. So what else has been happening? Let's see. God, that's about it. Really, to be honest with you. We went over playing the hunter. We went over being a little ill. Went over doing a little planting. That's about it. Not much. Getting kind of boring in my old age. All right. So my plan this week, yeah, I'm gonna really try to do a farm sim video every day this week, and along with one other video. I've got quite a few things that I've got irons in the fire on right now. So if I can get, a farm sim video out and something else every day, that's what I'm going to try to do this week. And then if I'm not exhausted at the end of the day, I'm going to try to do a live stream. But they'll probably be pretty short because if I'm at the farm during the day, that's time I don't have to record during the day. So I'll have to do my recordings in the evenings. So if we keep the live streams to a couple hours, that'll be cool. We'll see what happens. See if I can get it all worked out this week. Alright, so that line is up. Let's come down here, skip a row. We'll take this one next. There we go. And we're going to run out real quick here. It doesn't take much time at all to fill this thing up. Especially when you're using straw coming out of that big combine. So it doesn't take long at all. All right, back to the composter we go. So yeah, I want to try to get an air hauler video done. I bought a couple of new planes this week. And it's been a while since we've done one, and I know I talked about this last week, but I do want to try to do a couple of videos this week on it. Just because I enjoy it. I've been playing. I got quite a bit of money now for, you know, the little bit of time I've been playing. I think I'm up to like 14 million. Got a couple of new bases, a couple of planes purchased, a few pilots going on. But I've been getting back into it. I bought the Donier 228 from Coronado. I bought that. It gives me a stall airplane outside of the Caravan. The Caravan is just one of those things. I just don't get into flying that much. But I got it as well. As well as picked up the ATR 72. So I've got that plane. And then, of course, there's the BAE 4100 that I did the last video on, where I was doing the check ride on it. So I've got that as well. So I want to start utilizing all of them and do some videos with them. Though I still like flying the Chieftain and enjoy it quite a bit as well. But I need some bigger aircraft to keep moving things. Plus, I want to start a passenger service. I've been messing with the passenger service, learning how all of it operates and works, and getting used to it and the mechanics that are involved to get the passenger service to run. You gotta have quite a few pilots for that, so it's all interesting to me. So we'll go over that at some point this week, probably. And we'll try to drive a little truck again this week. Had a good time last week driving, and you know, appreciate everybody cooperating with me. And we'll probably do an open drive this week where I invite everybody, and probably what I'll do is announce it in Discord when we're going to do it, and just say, hey, you know, this is what time I'm going to start, this is where I'm going to start at. If you want to come join me, come join me, and we'll just go from there. My game plan is to start off somewhere at a specific time and go from there. And then once we reach that destination, give everybody like 10 minutes to get their load dropped off, get a new load, and rally up somewhere. And then we'll drive from there. But I'll try to get a video out this week, kind of going over a couple of expectations I have. You know, I want everybody to space out a little bit. I don't want everybody right on each other's bumper. But man, there's always a car right there. I have to cut that corner real quick in order to not get run over. Busy highway. Well, yeah, we'll do a little bit of that. What else was I thinking about doing over some recordings on? Oh yeah, Transport Fever, of course. We'll do a little bit of that. And then I'm going to try to live stream some more of the Hunter, or some Hunter. Basically, I'm about where I was at the end of when we played in the beta. I'm about where I was at in that, as far as I got everything opened up. I've done quite a few missions or whatever in it. So we'll pick up where I'm at and go from there. We'll go over a little bit of the game. I don't know. I'm a little disappointed in that game. I had such high expectations for it. And I don't know. It just seems like they didn't do... you know, in the closed beta, I wrote like a book on all the errors that I found and, you know, things that needed to be fixed. And it seems like they didn't bother to pay any attention to anything anybody wrote. It's sort of disappointing. Good game though. I mean, it's fun to play. And at the end of the day, that's, you know, is it fun? Do you enjoy playing it? Yeah, I enjoy playing it. But there's some frustration in it, and some of the things don't work the way you wanted it to, you know. But we'll go over that in a live stream. I don't know how much of that game will translate into recorded video, so, but it would definitely work for a live stream. All right. Wow, look at that big mound. Oh, that's gonna be fun driving through. Oh, just not even noticeable. Not even an issue. Which most of it didn't even, you know, most of it clipped right through. So yeah, the game plan, you know, today, get the rest of this done. Then when we come back, we'll fertilize this field. Probably do a little bit of plowing. Oh, speaking of plows, if you guys didn't see it over the weekend, Joe Lindenberg put out his 2720, the John Deere disc plow. It is out, and it's actually released by Joe, so it's not somebody porting it over, so it won't have any errors in it. Of course, he does really good mods, so if you're a John Deere guy and you like that disc type plow, you might want to go download that. I got it off of Mod Hosters. Cowboy gave me a heads up that it was out, and I went and got it. It's right there on Mod Hosters, so nice, easy download, no viruses, no pop-up ads or anything. Just a clean download. So at some point we'll start really modding up Farm Sim. I'm still enjoying Farm Sim as a vanilla game. I know most everybody else is just already just gone mod wild on it, and they've thrown everything but the kitchen sink into the game, but I'm enjoying it just kind of vanilla right now. And with the DLC coming in, it adds a little bit more flair to it, and I don't need all the mods yet. You know, at some point, yes, I'll do a John Deere farm where every tractor on the farm is John Deere, but I did so much of that in 15, I kind of feel like I wore it out in 15. And so I'm sort of enjoying just playing vanilla for a while. And there's so many, like I said in the beginning, there's so many vehicles in the vanilla game. Gosh, you don't need all the mods other than just, you got the I wants, and I want a class, or I want a John Deere, or I want a this and that. And so I just want to have fun. Moose just wants to have fun. I'm just kidding. Channeling the inner Cindy Lauper in me, huh? Alright, straighten up a little bit. There we go. I think that's good. Oh, I think it got a little twisted, but it should be able to go up in there. And trigger. How much we got in here so far? Oh, Mr. Mouse, you are so slow. I'm pinned. I gotta go on the Jenny Craig diet. There we go. 132,000. So probably get 2 more loads in there, and then she's gonna stop up on us. Sorry about that. Had to reach over and get to the cough button, and I looked over that way and probably got y'all a little dizzy. I don't know. I'm a little leery. Like, I don't want to put too many mods in the beginning and then not have any mods to play, you know, down the road. I don't know. It just seems like there's plenty to do without the mods right now. Though there are some essential mods I need, like, and I've got quite the collection of mods building up. I see something I like and I go ahead and get it and I throw it into a folder and at least I've got it. But I have quite the collection building. But there are some essentials that you need for, like this. I like the satchel weights for the front and the adjustable weight and the fact that you can hook something to it. You know, the coat trailers that you need for this map. But there's also some things for forestry, like there was a pretty decent grapple came out this week, or last week, I guess, that I grabbed, snatched up, because most of y'all know I've been looking for one for quite some time. So having it is going to be a plus. Because I can actually do forestry the way I want to do it, with having, you know, a couple of grapples, one to load the trailer at the site and then another one to offload the trailer when it gets to the logging area. And I haven't really had that, but there are a couple of grapples out there, or there's a new one out there that it's all right. It'll do the job. All right. There were a couple other little mods that were out this week that nothing really sticks in my head right now, but I did pick them up, and I have to go back through and look at what I got. But there was a couple of more that I needed, or that I wanted, that I picked up. I forget what they were now. Oh, dead brain. And I don't have them in this game, so. Alright. But anyways, so that's kind of what's going on. That's where we're at. Want to get some money in so we can get another field up. But I'm going to try to do as few missions as possible. That's one of the reasons we're opening up the composter so fast. Is I want to do as few missions as possible, even if it means mowing a whole bunch of grass and throwing the grass in the compactor. There I go, compactor, in the composter. Even if it means, you know, that I mow grass and fill up that, you know, constantly and filling up the composter. I would rather do that than do the missions. I just, at least I'm working towards something. I'm actually having to put the effort in, and it's just not, you know, aimlessly driving around in circles harvesting a field, or simply spraying or something else. That there's a little bit more to it by doing the compost here, because you've got to take it down there, you got to drop it off, then you got to let it process, and there's the fuel, and then afterwards, where do you sell it? Do you sell it at a sell point, or do you just, you know, take it over here to the all-purpose and let it make bags of compost? So, which I'm curious to see how the compost works. I know you put I've messed around with it a little bit to know that you put the compost into it, and that makes pallets of compost. And it takes like 20,000 liters of compost to make one pallet. And then the pallet is sold off. And I don't know if you're paid by weight, or if you're paid by the pallet, or how it works. And is it better to follow the demand table and sell there, or is it better to sell at the all-purpose? Somebody had told me that it was better money at the all-purpose place, but when I look at my demand table and what things are selling for, it looks like I actually get a better price elsewhere. So I think what I'll do is I'll probably run a pallet or two over there and just see. But I don't know. Early on, I might take wherever I find the best price. So. All right, so we're going to watch our left mirror here. Oops. Straighten up. Now come over to this mirror. Watch what we're doing. See where we're at according to that. Okay. Straighten her up. There we go. Yep. Get her up there. And drop her off. I'm getting pretty good at this. Driving with mirrors. That's a new thing in farm sim. You don't see that every day. So yeah, if we look at our demand table right now, or price list, and we look at, come over here to Compost. So the all-purpose, which is this little place here, is $764, whereas the BGA is now $1,026. Jeb's Mill is $746, and Lowlands with the train is $968. So it's looking like I get a better price elsewhere. So yeah. What's really interesting, and I haven't looked at it, the wrong button there. What I didn't look at, and I should have looked at before I even started all this, was what straw is selling for if you just sell the straw. $250 at the BGA. Yeah, so you make much more money if you bring it over here and you actually convert it over to compost, which is funny. I will probably make more money. We'll look at one more thing. I will probably make more money on the compost than I actually did on the wheat that we got out of the field. Wheat is selling right now for $513, or yeah, $591 looks like it's the best price that we get. Yeah, for a trailer load of that, I don't even have a full trailer. Whereas in the compost over here, I'm gonna have a ton, and I will make more off of the compost and the straw than I will off of the crop that we actually got out of the field, which is, I don't know, somewhat humorous to me. Seems a little wrong. But I'd much rather do this than run missions. So, all right. So I got a couple of more passes I've got to do out of this field to get the rest of the straw out of here. Once I do, then we'll be ready to hopefully sell off some of that compost. We use some of that money to go get some other toys that we need. But then again, we've also got some more equipment to sell off. I've got a cultivator we're going to sell off. We're going to sell off the weeder so that we can buy a couple of new cultivators. I don't even know that I need to buy 2 of them right now because field 5 is so small. I can probably get away with doing it with just 1. So like I'll run the plow and then I'll come back and run the cultivator with the old seed radish in it. So we'll just look at how much money we got. Does it make sense to go ahead and get the extra one right now? And fortunately, if I use Follow Me, I won't have to pay Sven the $2,000 an hour to actually work with me, unless I use Courseplay. If I use Courseplay to do it, then I have to pay that extra fee, which I don't mind paying the fee. It's one of those things. I enjoy doubling up the tractors, but this is not that big of a field, so it won't take too long. Boy, I messed up again. I lowered the head this time, but I didn't turn the unit on. I completely thought I did, but I didn't. So, Moose makes a mistake. What's new? So anyways, so yeah, a couple more passes, I should have this done, and we'll be ready to move forward, which will be put a dry spray on here, or a dry coat of fertilizer on here. Then we'll plow that underneath, and this will be the the planting that we'll do the whole time. So we'll go dry, plow, then we'll cultivate and overseed at the same time. So we put the oilseed radish down. After that's done, then we'll come back and either cultivate and plant, or we'll just cultivate, or we'll just plant, period. I'm still up on that. I don't know how I feel about running the planter straight through the field with the oilseed radish still in it. But it is pretty much like no-till, and so if you're using just a regular planter that has the cutters on it, I don't see why it's that bad to do. So we might just do that. We might skip a step and run that way. Now, if we're doing corn, we'll obviously have to cultivate first, and then come in there and plant. So, and then we'll do weeding on the final application. I don't plan on putting anything but one application of chemical fertilizer into the field. I plan on one application of chemical in the beginning, and then once we get the dairy up and running, then I won't use chemical fertilizer ever again. It'll be like a manure and plow, or a slurry and plow, and then after that's taken care of, then we'll go and do our cultivation and the oilseed radish and weeding, and we should never have to put any chemicals on the field, period. So that'll be a beautiful thing. So, but anyways, that's the game plan moving forward. So if you enjoyed today's video, please consider smacking that like button, helping me out just a little bit. Time has come to an end for us today, but we will pick up again tomorrow where we left off. Well, I'll already have the rest of the straw out of here, and we'll see how we did with the composter. But do come back tomorrow. If you enjoyed the video today, smack the like button, leave a comment below, let me know what you enjoy. Consider sharing the video with your friends, and of course, if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I try to do new videos each day and try to live stream in the evenings around 6 o'clock. Thanks for coming out tonight, guys. I appreciate it. And if I don't see you in the live stream, I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, stay safe. Have yourself a wonderful day. God bless you and your family. Bye-bye.